Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting a brand new city in Cities Skylines 2. We are playing with an American themed map and city on the map Barrier Island. It is a default map with Cities Skylines 2. I've named the city Tidehaven, because you have a haven from all the tides with the Barrier Island here. So, I'm not very creative when it comes to names, so that's the best I got so far. So, let's take a look at the map and what we have available to us so far. So, as you can see, the map is consisting of several islands. There is a mainland section. There's the main barrier island with some smaller islands next to it, and then this mixture of islands and a river delta. There is a highway connection here. Crossing the bridge, two-lane highway comes together into a two-lane collector street. There is external power available to us, as well as water and sewage. You can do all of that in City Skylines 2. You do not need to build utilities for that typically, at least for power. There is also a rail connection that runs all along the map here. It does not connect to the barrier islands though, so if we want a rail connection, we either have to build the connection over here ourselves or expand towards the mainland and build a train station. If we do that, I'm thinking that if a train station ends up over here, we'll have to set up a bus service or another secondary tram that runs inward towards the main city, maybe parallel to the bridge. So right away I'm looking at the setup here and I'm liking this island, and I'm thinking that there is already a road here, but if I were to flatten this island, there is definitely room for a small neighborhood, maybe some low density housing. There's also a little bit of a higher elevation over here, slightly higher than the surrounding area. At least the island could make for some good housing up here as well. Some seaside houses overlooking the water. There is also this tall hill here, which might be good for... Let me just turn that on. Placing wind turbines for power generation, because one of my goals with this city is definitely going to be keeping it clean, keep the pollution to a minimum. So this looks like a good setup here. If I place some wind turbines all along this, we'll get a decent amount of power, and we can also upgrade these later. Downside being, if I place these here, I cannot place housing because the noise pollution when I place these is medium. But this produces 3.15 out of 6, so that's a good spot. Before we start, however, I do also want to look at natural resources. Also, I should say, there is a shipping lane here as well before we move on. I cannot see it currently, but I know that it is here. If I try to place a road going across, you can see it. It's right there. So that's a little note. If we want to connect islands here, we're going to have to build a tall bridge to go over that. So we definitely have access here. And one of the things I want to do with this city is definitely build a port, whether that's over here or somewhere inside. I think a port would go good over here, possibly right here, if we expand this direction later on, because it has the highway as well as a rail connection nearby. So building a port in this area somewhere might be a good idea. It would make sense logically as well for a port to be built in kind of a bay, because it is shielded from storms and tides. So, natural resources. Let's get into that real fast. Right away, I'm seeing that there is high fertility here in the ground. Here and here. There is, of course, some there. There is... Okay, I closed it by accident. There is oil there. Oil here. And fish. There's a lot of fish here. And I do believe that that is one of the specialized industries. Or is it something else? I'm not sure. I know that fishing is a thing possibly, or it might not be added yet. I'm not sure. I'm fairly new to this game. I've only tried a couple of test saves just to get used to it. I'm more used to Cities Skylines 1. So I'll definitely have to get used to this game. But we'll ignore that for now. There's ore over here. There is a decent amount of stuff over here. And of course, forestry is also a possibility. But there's fertility here. I don't know. I want to build the city here. But there's a decent amount of land where we can build farms. What if we mixed it? I could build a road going here. And then crossing. And then have some farms right here, maybe. It's definitely a possibility. We don't have to build the farms here. I could also do it over here. I could flatten this and put some farms there as well. I mean, we don't have to use all of this, but this is really good. I should keep that in mind. So first thing I'm going to do is definitely start the city. Instead of connecting here, I could also connect here, which keeps this whole side open for farms. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and start our basic road setup. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to get rid of this road. We don't need it. Don't need this, although this is more historic. I don't know that I want to get rid of that. I don't know, can you do things with this? Or is that just there? Yeah, I don't really know what to do with that, but we are going to flatten the ground. Without ruining the terrain too much. Ideally, I'd like to keep it about the same. Let's first check with our landscaping tool. I do want to check. That is 408, and what is this? 409. How about this? 410. And this is 409. Oh, this is 410 here. And this is 410. It's the same. We could flatten it. Although, I don't know if I'll... let me think. I'm going to try and stay away from the coast. I don't want to ruin the look of the coast too much. So we'll just deal with the stuff in the middle first. Right now, I'm also going to flatten the edges of this side as well, just to make it more suitable for building. And at the end, when I'm finished with all that, it'll be smoothing. So I've decided that the outlet for this city will be right here. We'll probably build a bridge that kind of either goes here or curves. Probably here. We'll just have like a road and a roundabout maybe that jumps across, uses this, and then jumps across. So I want to make sure all of this is also flat. Alright, we got it all flattened and ready to go. So the next step will be placing our roads. So something I definitely want to do is run a road Actually, let's keep it straight. Let's try and keep some of these things straight. Maybe I'll do it like this instead. This layout is not final. Just know that. Yes, I am out of bounds slightly. Like that. And yes, I am going to do it here too. I like curves a lot better. Like that. Same thing goes here. It's not going to be a perfect curve, but I am going to do it like that. Something like that. And eventually I will purchase this and maybe put like some more houses here. Maybe some land reclamation. I could fill this in and get more land out of it. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure out a use for it. But first, I am going to fix this. Is there... We're gonna just adjust this road some more. Like so. And then curve it. Oops. I'm still learning the controls, so bear with me, please. Let's do it like that. That wasn't what I wanted to do, but okay. I guess that's okay. It's not that bad. I just prefer to keep it more seamless and not so rugged. I don't like that. It's not curved at all. I keep... something like that. And then these stay like that. I see, that's a good setup right here, I think. And there's plenty of places to build houses and stuff. We don't want too many roads. Okay, maybe that's not necessary. What if I got rid of those and used like alleys instead? I could also just leave it like it is. It doesn't all have to be filled. This could just be a simple setup. Like if I put a main road also through the center here. That would suffice like that. Oh, autosave. There we go. That's probably not perfect, but that's okay. And I'm thinking that we also put a roundabout here. I put a tree here just so it looks good, but we don't need a tree. You can also put grass or something decorative. Or with the flower bed, let's do that. There we go. All right, now we need the road. Why does that not work? All right, I think that is a good starting layout. We can start setting up our basic services now. Let's get into it. All right, so first things first is we are obviously going to need some power. And I want to be completely reliant on ourselves, so let's go ahead and check. I think having 3 is already enough for a small town. So let's do that real fast. Right there. Attach that. Like that. Can I add a cul-de-sac here, or is it going to try and break? Anarchy. Of course. Wait, no. No. I have the move it tool. Like that. Alright, that's good enough. Okay. I don't like having that pole there, but whatever. I'll ignore it for now. We need to reattach it. Water pipe. Oh, it's... Uh-oh. Oh, wait, no. It's okay. There we go. Please don't crash. All right, so we have water. We need sewage. Sewage is going to need to go somewhere. I don't need it near the water, so let's put it maybe over here. I'll have a small service road just kind of going over here. I think right here is okay. And then attaching a... small service road. There we go. All right, so we have power, water, sewage. Anything else? I think that's everything. Now we can get to zoning. All right, so to begin, we already know that this is going to be low density residential. So let's start with the middle and start zoning things. Now I am going to manually do this so I can get a look that I prefer. And I'm going to kind of customize it a little bit. I want to space out the homes so they're not so crowded together. Some of varying sizes like that, because if you just go ahead and paint everything like that, it's just going to cram them all together and it's not going to look good. So I'm going to randomly size them. I mean, I have a set pattern that I want to follow. Like this. Like this one will be a little bit bigger. This one will be standard. Let's make that one bigger. Like that. Or not, because that's not going to fit. Let's do it like that. Two like that. They can choose how they want to do it like that. So I'm doing the inner ones first. I don't know which way. Is this going to connect to this house? Let's see. Let's see if it connects like that. Just make an extra large house there. Auto save. An extra large house there. Maybe we'll get some oddly shaped ones like that. Or just leave it. So I'm going to finish off zoning this here real fast. Alright, so quick note, I just stopped here. I zoned all that in. I gotta remember, in one of these areas I have to leave space because there needs to be park access. So I'm thinking for this neighborhood here, I might leave this part open with a park. Just a small park. Or I can put it here. But I would prefer here. So if I get rid of the zoning here, or not, or here. Let's get rid of these. We'll leave a spot here. And there might even be room here if I can get a path behind here. If I get rid of that, it leaves room for a path, which I can connect a park to over here, which will make the citizens very happy. So that's that part. Now, let's add some waterfront houses. Nice big waterfront houses here. I'm gonna leave this open because I don't know what to do with that yet. I can't zone that yet because I don't have it unlocked, so I'll save that for later. So we'll have 3 waterfront homes here, a couple of waterfront homes here, maybe I'll do something here, and maybe here later on. But that's enough for now. Now I need to build a couple more of these. I don't think anyone wants to live next to that. So I'm just not gonna place anything there. Let's place a couple more of you. Nothing's gonna build on that. That's a landmark. Honestly, these two can be waterfront. Let's do that. This might end up as a secondary connection, so I'm going to leave that free. There we go. Okay, that's all zoned off. I'm not going to zone that. These I'll wait on that side. Park over here. This I'm not going to zone yet. I'm probably going to put some commercial buildings here since this is a connection to that. And let's attach this. Like that. Might honestly be worth also making this a roundabout. So that it keeps flowing without problems. And we'll go ahead and zone some commercial along this road here. Make that a nice long row of commercial. This looks like a great place for some waterfront housing. You know, 5 homes overlooking the bay here. All right. We are zoned. And let's unpause. Our city is growing very well. Lots of people moving in. Plenty of housing to accommodate. So while that is building, you can already see that we need industrial and commercial still. So let's go ahead and zone some more of that. I'm gonna leave this open here in case I need to branch out that way. And we have hit milestone 1, Tiny Village. We have received 5 progression points, 3 expansion tile credits, and $150,000. So we can go ahead and unlock a few things. You can see here all of the milestones we can reach. So let's go for this. I'm going to go for advanced road services already. Parking is okay. I will, however... No, not yet. Okay, we're just gonna leave that for now. Parking might be important at some point for people. I'm gonna unlock parking areas just for people to have a place to go. So, real quick, I am going to place a medical clinic. And where I want to place that is somewhere central, and I was already saving space here. It has access to the main road. So I think I'm going to place it right here. Or I can place it over here. But I think a central location like that is better. We need this, and I have already saved a spot for that as well. Putting it nearby is usually the best idea. I think putting it right next to the hospital is a good idea. Why is it so off-center like that? That looks so weird. We are gonna fix that. There we go. That looks much better. Okay, that's better. Cool. Alright, that's centered a lot better. I don't know why it placed like that, but there we go. I do not have anything for this yet, so I'm gonna wait. We do have new roads and parking, so first thing I'm going to do is go here, upgrade this, make this a one-way roundabout, and on top of that, let's get rid of all these traffic lights. Alright, we've done that. Another thing I'm probably going to do quickly. Place some parking lots. I did save a spot for a parking lot nearby here. Although that's going to make people upset probably, I don't know. What kind of parking lot would be good for people? No, we don't need that. That's ridiculous. I think a couple of these here. One there. One here. What did I just do? What did I just do? What did I just do? Why are these broken? What just happened? Why did it just... Why did it shift all of this over? What is it doing? Why did it do that? I'm gonna have to save these houses. Well, that's annoying. I can't do anything about it. Those are gonna get deconstructed. I have no idea why. All I did was place a parking lot, bro. Seriously? By doing this, it got rid of those houses. I don't know why. Okay. So now there's a parking lot for the cars. So they can just park their cars instead of along the road. It's not really necessary. It's just something I like to do. A parking lot over here is also going to be good. Or maybe a parking lot here. And attach it like this. Oh, no. That looks horrible. I really thought that I was doing something there, but it really doesn't look good. I'm just gonna take that out. There's plenty of parking here. In fact, if I really wanted to, we have these. I can just upgrade some of these. with parking. I could do it here, actually. Hold on. Can I build that here? And I could honestly just attach this here. Like that. All right. Let's keep zoning. So I'm going to leave this for the fire station and police station. You know what, I'm going to start with the medium density here. Now here it's okay if the houses don't turn out perfect. I'm just gonna zone to get more houses in. You know, honestly, I am also gonna go ahead and attach this. A nice bridge, and to complement said bridge, a nice roundabout right there. And right there. Keep things moving, you know? And we have reached milestone number 2. Small village with 300,000 more dollars, 6 more progression points, and 4 more tiles can be unlocked. So we still need a bunch of stuff here. These houses, they're not gonna like them because it's next to this here. But that's just how it is. This is clean, so it's not that big of a problem. See, people are happy. Our happiness is pretty decent. I don't know what's stopping it. Walking distance to elementary school. Ah! We do not have our education centers placed yet. We should probably deal with that. So I'm thinking we'll put all of that stuff like right here. First, let's pause that real fast. Let's get ourselves some roundabouts here just so I know that that's there. And let's place our schools. One of you and one of you. Now we have schools. Small stuff for these guys here. And to top that off, let's go ahead and unzone that. I'm gonna put a park there later. Let's add some housing. Right next to the schools. Let's unzone this. I don't know why I zoned that. Unzone that. Get rid of that. Let's add an alleyway going through the middle here. Or better yet, let's add a bike path. Okay, not yet. Can I add just like a separate bike path? Do I have that unlocked yet? I do. Like that. Nice bike path going through the middle there. And we can even upgrade the road. Let's upgrade our roads with some bike paths. Because of the schools, you know? People want to bike, I'll let them bike. I'm just going to do a bike path that goes around the edge. Bike paths all along here. That's good for now. Okay, so we cannot place buses yet, but we can unlock some things in our progression tree. So let's do that. I'm going to get the college unlocked already so that people who need it can get it. Alright, I think this is a good place to stop for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. I think the city is growing quite well. We have basic education set up. We do have medical services. We have good housing set up. Lots of demand. More and more people coming in faster than I can zone it. And we even have more industrial demand, so I'll have to expand the industrial block over here. I'm not entirely set on doing it over here. I want it away from our citizens because they don't tend to like the noise. And of course, pollution if I build some of those. So maybe building it over here and building like an industrial block over here would be a good idea. So I'll have to look into that in the next episode. And I'm sure in the next episode we'll also unlock police and fire. Yep, we're 1 milestone away and we're halfway there. Are we now? Yeah, we are halfway there. So in the next episode, we'll probably get access to fire and police, and those I will place over here somewhere. So they'll have access to the roundabouts and all the roads going around, so it's more centralized. So I think we're doing pretty good with the city here. A lot more to do, a lot of citizens moving in. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.